I'll take it back. Because like, off the top of my head, I would say Ratchet and Clank and obviously Metal Gear. But when you look at Mega Man, there's Mega Man 7, X7 and 8. I argue Mega Man 7 as well. Um, Mario has like you appreciate the fact that they constantly put out good games, and the nice thing is that they don't put them out all the time, so it makes you appreciate it when it comes. Step out of my chair real quick. Look at my Switch games. We have a 3D World, which was what on the Wii U. New Super Mario Brothers, that was on the Wii U as well. But specifically, Switch games, we have Wonder, we have Mario Odyssey. You could argue those are two of the best Mario games. Like Super Mario Odyssey, I don't know where to rank it, but it is extremely good. It's still a top 5 Switch game for me. Um, yeah, because I'm looking at my Switch games. Xenoblade, let's have to put the IP together. I really like Triangle Strategy. I like Octopath, of course. I want to I want to not say Mario Kart because we have Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but all the DLC has made that worthy of being considered still. I mean, when I bought the Switch, I'm kind of with Crazy. I said he bought it specifically for Mario and Zelda. I bought it for two reasons. One, for the Nintendo IP, so adding in Yoshi, adding in Kirby, though I don't have Kirby, that'll change, and Mario, because I know those are always quality games. Always. Two, there are a lot of unique games that come out on the Switch because since I know it's not graphic intense like the PS5 and the Xbox, I feel like it gives you more freedom to create other things that you might not see on those systems. Like we have what Daemon X Machina, Astral Chain. I don't know if Astral Chain, Daemon X Machina wouldn't have came out on another system. Do we get Octopath? I don't. I'd like to hope so, but I can't say for sure that we would have.
Oh no!
Ouch. Actually died. Pokemon. I forgot about Pokemon. Nephew will be mad at me for forgetting that. Hmm. There we go. And I know it will be. And I know I'll be enjoying that next week. Yeah, because the people at work are like, "You're really gonna play that over?" Like, you're really gonna play that over Spider-Man? Yes. And it's not a knock on Spider-Man, Because if you know me, you know how I feel about Insomniac games. Insomniac is my favorite developer. But, don't get me wrong, I will still play, I still will enjoy. This is not good, I can tell you that. Well, I know ocean water doesn't taste good. I wouldn't say unquestionably. One of, for sure. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to push back. With two in particular. Maybe three. Santa Monica, God of War. I wouldn't say, but some will. Gorilla, Horizon, but the one that I think you would commonly see is Naughty Dog with the obvious. Hey, there we go. So what do we have here? So it reversed it. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You reversed it so the water is up top. I'm missing one. Alright. Thanks for hanging out, David. What do I do here? Something else I just thought about too that could go into the conversation: Sucker Punch, Ghost of Tsushima, and oops, Ghost of Tsushima, Infamous, and Sly Cooper. There's a lot of good ones. Good thing they have them. I missed one of the 10 coins. I don't know where it's at though. Thought it was overrated. Up to each their own. But I'm not a huge Zelda fan, which I know definitely rubs some people the wrong way, but like, I don't like when I talk to people about it, like, well, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I get why you like it, but that doesn't... Ow. It's one of those things, like, one person's like won't be another person's. I know people that do not like stealth games. Metal Gear. Interesting. Dude, I don't like when it comes to shooters. Now I just think about it. I forgot about that with Gorilla too. Killzone. Killzone Shadowfall. I would say is actually still one of my favorite PS4 games. I think highly of Shadowfall, but it didn't get the love that I was hoping it would get. So I missed it, I just don't know where it's at.
Careful out there. You're all soggy.
Like how Mario can breeze underwater well, but Sonic can't. It's one of those random things you think about from time to time. Like personally for me, Insomniac is my favorite, so of course I'm gonna say it's the best because it's my favorite. But it's not because of Spider-Man. It's in totality what Insomniac has done. It's mostly Ratchet and Clank, but in totality. Resistance. Fuse was a pretty fun game. Yikes. That was scary. I usually stay away from birds. After all that, I could use a break. A little shopping might be nice. I heard that the Poplin shop here sells a helpful block badge, and remember that if you want to swap out your badges, press R to see what you got. But I feel like if I took a poll and asked in general what people's favorite Sony IP is in terms of our developers, they're probably going to say Naughty Dog because of Uncharted and The Last of Us. Won't argue with them. I said to each their own. Hi there, here at the Poplin shop we sell everything. Our special question or exclamation block item is super popular. Add blocks to courses that may act as extra platforms, contain items, or serve other purposes. Okay. Try to get all the standees. Fluttering Yoshi. I know I'm in the minority because I feel like everyone hates The Last of Us because it wasn't about Joel and Ellie for the entire game, because that's what people wanted. Similar to Metal Gear. Like, you look at Metal Gear Solid 2, it got the same type of... It's the same type of flack from the general fan base in Metal Gear. They thought that it was a bait and switch and they didn't like it. But I thought it still told a really good story in the gameplay. Like, it's still like the Metal Gear gameplay. I thought that the story with The Last of Us 2, like the way they intended to tell it, I understand why they did it that way. I thought it still told a good story, but even if it did in the eyes of some, because it wasn't Joel and Ellie, they were going to be disappointed anyway. Because that's what people expected going in. Just like in Metal Gear Solid 2, people expected to play as Solid Snake. And then you did for a little bit, and then you got Raiden for the rest of the game. And it turned a lot of people off. Crouching. Alright, we got a lot of standees. I wonder if you get something if you get all of them. Saying I was here. During online play, you can use standees placed by players worldwide to revive yourself and your ghost. Your own can't revive you, but they can rescue fellow players online. You may be able to save someone by placing one in a dangerous location. Sometimes you may find gray ones placed in the past by players around the world. As long as they're gray, they can't revive you, but if you'll If you touch them once, they will activate. Guess we'll try this one to see what it does. Bluebird Roost. Yeah, I didn't think it was. But a lot of people, well, as soon as we had the Switch, which I wasn't expecting, like I wasn't expecting what happened in the store either, but no matter what happened after that, some people are just, they were not going to be happy. It's very obvious for some people, like their critique of the game is like, you just wanted to play as Joel and Ellie. You wanted to continue their story, and nothing else was going to be acceptable. For some, that's just how it was going to be. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Dang it. So I want to get that block, but I can't now for obvious reasons. I don't know if they'll make a third one, but I like where they're at because it leaves them with lots of, gives them lots of options, possibilities with how they want to continue the story. More bubble action. I actually never finished Second Son for Infamous. I started it, shocker. That was even before streaming. I never finished the game, but the Sly Cooper games are pretty good. I'd be down for a new Sly Cooper game. Don't know if, when we'll get one. Ah. There we go. All right. I have most things here. I think I'm missing one 10 coin. Outside of that, I got pretty much everything else. Ow. Will the bubble go through the wall? Guess that answers that. There we go, got that one. And we got all the coins, cool. Now I just gotta get the Wonder Seed. Now to figure out where it is at. Damn it, did it again.
Those flowers smell nice.
Definitely will need that. Okay. This game is trippy. Thought it would have something. The thing would have something to say. Guess not. So what am I supposed to do here? Where am I supposed to go down? Pipe there.
Everything feels so clean now.
Oof. Oh, I can't jump, that's why. Alright. Done. Or they could do a prequel. You're never locked in. Metal Gear has taught me that. You're never locked into a story. Won't let me go there. That's fine. You're never locked in because you just never are. You can retcon the hell out of it if you want to. It's a nice looking world. Well, it depends on what's important to you. Because for some people, we've arrived at Fluff Puff Peaks. There should be a royal seat at the summit. It's going to be a rough trip for me. I get cold pretty easily. Oh, don't forget, you can orient to surroundings by pressing L and have a look at the map. Alright, let's go. I don't have one handy to look at, but there's RPGs that I could say I probably didn't think the story was super great, but the gameplay was great, so I won't say it overruled it for me, but it made it okay for me not to care about the story as much. The gameplay made it fun. The battle system. Just depends on what's important. I'm sure there's people that probably didn't like The Last of Us story, but enjoyed the gameplay, so it didn't bother them as much. Metal Gear could be one of those. Mario definitely doesn't have a story. So cold here. Hello, Prince. I welcome you to Fluff Puff Peaks, where climbers dare the heights of our tranquil mountain. Summit is pure bliss, especially if you yodel up there. There's no better echo. But, Bowser Jr. and the soy mass is up at the summit right now. It's not safe for anyone to go climbing anymore. I'll give you a Wonder Seed to help. Take back our beautiful mountain, please. Pretty please. Won't stand for this. Of course we'll help. We, not you. I bet Bowser Jr. is behind this whole mess, no doubt about it. Let's climb this summit and kick him off the mountain. We'll reclaim the royal seat up there, too. Alright, we got our first Wonder Seed. Now the question is, can I finish World 2 before going to work? Ooh, difficulty is 3. Out Moe Valley. Oh, didn't think you were gonna kick it. Not sure why. I think the background in this level looks really nice. This world.
What's with all the ice blocks?
Where are they coming from? Like you keep generating them. Oh. There's your answer. Hmm? Okay, I was like, hold on a second, where I want to go. Poor Koopa. I like me shoot the fire, how it gets scared, like, no! Can't open that block. Whoa. It's a big one. Ow.
Again.
There we go. Question is, how do I get through here, though? I don't know how to get through there. Hmm. Hmm.
It's safe here.
Hmm.
So quiet lately.
The question is, how do I get through there? What up, famous? I might consider it. Depends on stuff.
You can do it.
I'm missing one. I don't know where it is, though. Well, I know where it is. I don't know how to get to it, though. I should be missing a Wonder Seed. I'm gonna have to come back to this level. I'm assuming it's ending here pretty quickly. I don't even know what Konami has coming out. Okay. Interesting. Surprised the flower didn't have anything to say. Eh. I'm like, well, we're dead.
Wonderful.
Got lucky with the jump there. This is definitely a fun game, though. I can say that for sure, Famous. I'm enjoying this game a lot. So we know the obviously the other Wonder Seed is the regular exit, so we'll go right back in and do that. Silent Hill, yeah.
What's with all the ice blocks?
I don't know if that works. Not how I drew that up, but I'll accept. We'll see about Metal Gear Delta.
Again.
I'm not sure how I could get through that. I feel like I would have to have some other type of badge, maybe, to push through.
Again.
Oh, I bet Hack.
You can do it.
I already know I'm gonna have people at work and be like, you actually played this instead of Spider-Man? Yeah, so what? You know what's pretty hilarious? I've only played one Castlevania game. Do I still have it? Why wouldn't I? It's the real question. I do. Castlevania Lords of Shadow. It's the only Castlevania game I've played. Would definitely annoy Castlevania fans. Like, you haven't played Super Castlevania? Nope. For this game, Famous? Not the way I drew it up, but that'll work. David, who's been playing this game, he was saying they could have a badge list percentage, but then we have to get to the end of the game to see if badges are required or only allowing. You could do like Mega Man where it's only allowing certain badges for certain levels. You could do something like that. So that is an option too. Or Koopa, or Goomba. There is, we need to figure out how many levels you actually have to go through, because we still don't know that yet. 100% getting all of the Wonder things. I don't know if it'll include all of the 10s. We'll have to see. Lots of options, but we probably won't have a better idea until we get to the end of the month, I'm guessing. I'd be interested to see what they come up with, and I would definitely consider running it too. Sorry.
So cold.
On the 27th, huh? Sounds about right. And I'm sure some people that would be speedrunning the game might be at TwitchCon too. So that takes some away, but I trust the Mario community to figure it out. Castlevania God of War style, that'd be interesting. It's like, well, I don't even know what kind of enemy you are. I'm not trying to find out. That kind of enemy, okay. Lord just, I don't remember. It certainly did not have my... It's one of those games where I'm really bad at, if I don't like something, I tend to keep playing it just to finish it so I can give the... So I can be sure that I don't like it. But I did not enjoy that game. Which is probably bad because... Why did you keep playing it?
I never get bored watching them.
Of course, we're just gonna jump because that's smart, Sam.
Ever wonder where snow comes from?
There was a second one.
The snow, it's burying me.
Interesting here. This is interesting. There we go. Poor Goomba.
We're saved.
Oh, we know where we're going. Just, can I get up there without getting killed? We got it, okay. Nice. I got it because it was something different at the time, but I remember playing through like, man, I think when I was at San Diego State during that time, if I remember right, I'm like, I'm gonna keep playing this game because I started it, but I don't really love it. And when it was over, I was kind of like, eh. And I've seen, because Lethargic Waldo, he hasn't streamed that in a while. Or not, no, because he played Metroid. It was, Wolf and Chode. He played the Castlevania games a bit on stream because he's a big retro guy. And I did not, like, I'll watch him play it.
Resist the call of the wall, no matter how high.
I had to think for a second. Outthinking myself. There's been what, that, Zelda, Metroid. I don't think they're bad, but they just never grab my interest. Zelda's a weird one because I feel like given the games I like to play, Zelda probably should be a game that I like, but it's not. Not really sure why.
Focus. Take a breath. Are you gonna climb up the left or the right?
Climb up the left because I'm right-handed. I always do this. Or maybe not. Alright. That'll work. Alright, got them all.
Always believed in you. Bye-bye.
I don't mind puzzles. I don't love them, but I don't mind them. I played with Zero Escape had puzzles. Uncharted. I think Tomb Raider had some puzzles too. I don't know what it is about Zelda, but it's like it just doesn't keep my interest very long. I don't think it's a bad game, like I said, but it just, for whatever reason, for me, it just doesn't keep my interest. Alright, back to the wall jump badge. Puzzle. Speaking of puzzles. Search party. Find all of the wonder tokens hidden in the plaza. If you can't find them on your own, look with a friend.
Oh, hi.
Well, how many are there? Let's start with that. Five. It's not bad. Two. AI, the Insomnia files. Good times, huh? Are there blocks? Hmm.
Oh, hi.
I don't I'm pretty sure the first one had some. I don't remember. Don't tell me that's it. So I'm missing two. Ah, there we go. There's one. So then where's the second one? This took me to the third one. Not sure. I'm not sure where else to look.
Oh, hi.
Probably shouldn't have did that though.
Let's go. Oh, hi.
Okay, let's try this again. There's one. That's the third one. Where's the second one? I don't see anything that stands out here. That's the fifth one. Where's the fourth one? The question is, where's the second one? There's one more in here somewhere. Just randomly jumping. Okay, that works.
All right.
Zero Escape had those as well too, because I think for Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma, I had to write stuff down. Hello. So frustrated. Wanted to climb higher, but now I can't thanks to that mess that masked up scamp made. I really wanted to reach the top, and now, can't someone do something about this? That's what I'm here for. Con darts away.
Here we go.
If you reach the very top, the course will be marked with a gold.
Are they after me?
Let's see.
It's gotta be you.
Nah, it's gotta be you. AI
Help yourself.
definitely had some interesting moments. None worse than that stupid jump scare. Doggy boat. Dahlia Boat. Such a random name. Wow.
Quick or careful? What'll it be? Nice. Hi. Oh. Well done.
Till Sunday morning. Hope everyone's having fun at TwitchCon. Did anyone see any of the changes made during the opening ceremony stuff? Better question is, do you care? Can you go down here? So I remember last year watching the opening ceremony with Jugsy and Smog, and then it kept freezing over. Jugsy was dying laughing. It was so funny. It's like, I bet it won't happen again. Like right after Jugsy said it, it did it. Man, he was cracking up.
Terrifying. You must be sweating.
Saw Dr. Lupo was there, and that got me pretty excited. That answered my question, alright. Like, I wonder if I can go down. Death. Guess not.
Notice anything unusual? Anything nearby?
I am enjoying it a lot so far. Oof. I'm enjoying it enough that it's put Spider-Man on hold. Oh. Okay, this is trippy. This is top down. Am I playing Super Mario RPG right now? Okay, this is interesting. Interesting. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this game so far. I don't have the final pink coin, or pink coin, purple coin. Yeah, I was scared to do that because I was scared I was going to get killed again.
Batting fifth, number 5, first baseman, Albert.
There it is. Appreciate the follow. And I hope you enjoy the game when you get it, too. I'm assuming you like platformers. If so, you already know that this is going to be good. Grew up on Mario. We share the same. Super Mario World's probably still my favorite platformer. At least my favorite 2D Mario game. I'd say Sonic's like that and Sonic 2 are right there. I'm a big fan of those two. Hey, guess what? I did it. Give me something. The path is clear. Oops, I should save my yodeling voice for the summit. Thanks for all your hard work. Gonna take in the scenery here a bit longer, then I'll keep on climbing. Oh, you didn't give me anything. You suck. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Welcome to the Poplin shop, where we sell everything snow or shine. We're always open. Man, the house sucks to have a shop on a cloud. That could be dangerous. Earn coins for defeating enemies. I mean, I'll buy it. Buy more standees, trying to get all of them. Drill. Yellow Yoshi. I also want to leave red Yoshi standees. Posing red. I'm eventually going to be excited for a new 3D Mario game. It's been a while. It's been years since Odyssey, and Odyssey was really, really good. So I'm looking forward to whatever the next entry is. Odyssey 2. I know it'll be a lot of work, but Nintendo, they do such a good job with the Mario IP. I know it'll be great. Okay. Wonder what happens when you get them all. My guess was 5 off the top of my head. I'll actually look it up. It's been a long time. Mario Odyssey 2017, 6 years. Next week, next Friday, will be 6 years since we've last played a Mario 3D game, or had a Mario 3D game. Jeez, that's a long time. We're due. Montez. Elephant Toad. I like these because I know my nephew, like, he loves to collect stuff, so he will just be going through and buying all the standees right away. Come back again soon. What to do? What to do? Oh, is the path that leads up here back to normal? What a relief. You see, it got blocked just as I made it up here. Been stuck here since. The path that climbs the summit has also been blocked. It'd be nice if we could all go up there again. Maybe I should give up on reaching the top. Clearly you don't come from the John Cena school of thinking. Never give up. Pole block passage. I got a couple more levels left in me, because gotta go to work. I'll never get tired of that. I'll never get tired of that, just watching them fear for their lives. I don't know what... Oh. Yeah, that's better. Didn't know what was going to come out of it, but... Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan. Not necessarily a Cena fan, but I am a wrestling fan. Yep, I love me some wrestling. While I'm at work, I will attempt to see what happened on SmackDown minus Roman Reigns. Not a big Roman Reigns guy. You know, at some point this century, I'd like for him to drop the title. But I'll still catch the highlights of the non-Roman segment so I could see what went down. No, I'm dead. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Oh, I went the wrong way. There we go, that's better. Yeah, I just wish it would have ended after. I didn't need Sammy to win the title. Would have been cool if he would have. What are you doing, Sam? You have the. This is what you have that badge for. If he had won, I would have been okay with it. Or if that had, no, I'm still prefer Cody at Mania, but if Sammy had won, I would have been okay with it. But I just feel like after Roman won at Mania, I'm like, man, now, like, I'm just kind of conscious of the fact, like, okay, this has went on for a bit too long now. Like, it's starting to wear out its welcome. Oh wait, hold on, it kept the thing, so I don't need to go back and get it. Ow. Especially more now because of, you know, like the way things have played out. It's just like, man. They're obviously not going to stop it, but it's went on for probably a bit too long now. I don't know how many more stories you can tell. I mean, I guess with Solo, you could, but it's like, okay, Jay left now, or Jimmy left, now Jimmy's back. Jay left's on the other show. You still have potential doing stuff with brother versus brother, but it's like, man, okay. I'm gonna have to get up here, I'm pretty sure. So let's do it. Sorry, Koopa. I just love how they get scared and there's nothing they can do. Whoa.
Don't worry about me. Keep climbing.
And there goes your Wonder Seed. Well, it's hard to now because Roman's never there. Like, he wasn't on the show for 2 months. It's hard to have someone basically stay in the title picture for that long because, I mean, what can you have them do for 2 months when he's not there? And then you're asking Paul Heyman and that guy to carry the feud, and basically he's just going to feud with Solo and Jimmy until Roman comes back. And it's like, it's just, eh, eh. But the funny thing is, what some fans hated so much about Brock Lesnar as a part-time champ. They're 1000% okay with.
What? Where do you come from?
Interesting. They're 100% okay with that with Roman. I'm like, wait, you hated part-time champs, but you are 1000% okay with Roman having the belt for over 3 years when he's never on TV. How does that make sense? I see so many people that come in this stream that I talk with that complain so much about Brock Lesnar. But it's somehow different with Roman. It's the same thing. Okay, this is interesting. So when they talk about wrestling fans not knowing what they want, this is basically something that they could point out. Like, yep, like you are not consistent in your take. Mm, mm, mm. I thought I had it too. And it's okay. I know like some people like different things. Like, hey, Roman's a heel. This is what we've asked for a while. We finally got it. I know some people are excited about that, but like, man, for someone like me who was not a Roman fan, who's still not a Roman fan, man, him as a heel doesn't bother me. Him having the belt for 3 years bothers me. Better. Better. I'm just not a huge fan, especially because it's 2 shows. If it was 1 show, it'd be even worse. But I just hate the fact that gets us holding the belt hostage. I'm more interested in Roman and seeing what he would do if he wasn't the champ. So now that you've lost the title, you're not the head of the table, at least in terms of being the champion. Where do you go from here? That actually interests me more than just seeing him just continue to hold the title just for the sake of holding the title. Spring feet? Perpetually hop along. You also jump higher than usual, okay. Wouldn't bother me at all. Funny thing is, I couldn't stand Cena, but now it's like I have a different respect for Cena because well, one, he's not a champion. And, we haven't seen him for a while. So it's different, because when he used to come out on TV, I used to be like, oh, Cena. Now it's different. There's that respect there. I know it'll be like that down the road with Roman. It's just not there right now. Because there's, yeah. That too. I'm just not a big fan of sometimes the way the WWE builds up guys. Like, they build up one guy at the expense of everyone else. That I'm not a big fan of. So I feel like that doesn't help you. Got the badge, you just use as a gift. No. I think I missed one of the purples. Unless I wasn't paying attention and I had it. I thought I was missing one. Yep. Wasn't paying attention. Because Super Cena was annoying because it's at the expense of everyone else. To be fair, Hogan was like that when I was growing up and I was a Hulkamaniac. But it was different because I didn't see it. I was a kid. Special World, huh? Wow, this is really something. But where are we exactly? This entire area really, or feels really special, doesn't it? I don't sense any royal seeds here, but we should explore a bit. I'm assuming these will be really hard levels. 5-star. Well, I just screwed that one up right away. We'll be back. Different badges. I don't think there's... You know what? No. There's a different badge I can use. I could use the one I just got. I don't think there's anything wrong with the heavyweight title right now. I think it's still new. Like, Rollins is still the dude. Rollins is on TV. It's... I don't have any issue with the title. Definitely don't have any issue with the guy that has it, because so essentially called the Workhorse title. I think it's just different because it's new. The tag titles are because the Judgment Day are in a lot of segments as the faction. Gunther is because he's had the title for so long. And is good, but he's had the title for a really long time too. interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that would actually work. What's up, Gun? I could see why Bubble would be better here. Doing well. Nice, nice. Playing Spider-Man yet? Uh-oh. Well, we're definitely gonna die. Yep.
What you gonna pick?
It's been hard not to watch. Like, I watched Finler, he's been playing today. Clue's been playing today. There's been others that have been playing. It's like, I like your stream. Support you. But it's hard when I know that I'm gonna play the game. Mills too, yeah. Mills was streaming earlier in the morning, which is I'm not used to him doing. It's just, it's so hard for me. So 100% shouldn't mean the 10-piece coins. That's what I'm getting the gist of now. This kind of changes my thoughts on 100%, so, the main story. And I'm like, I like the way Insomniac tells stories. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. Like, I'm going to like the game.
Go for it. I can do this. Dash, then jump.
But it comes at a weird time, which is a good thing. I am a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, and I'm sorry, but Metal Gear, it comes at a weird time. Metal Gear takes some priority for me because it's Metal Gear. Mario, I'm a big Mario fan, clearly, because I'm not playing Spider-Man. And it's weird because it's when you have big releases.
So big.
Oh yes. Sorry, very immature of me, but whatever. When you have big releases, it's really hard not to.
Almost there. I mean, no pressure.
I'm kind of stuck. Put it this way. You know I want to play Spider-Man, but I also would have wanted to play Mario. The thing about Spider-Man is it's a story-based game. You don't want people spoiling the story. Like this story, clearly, spoilers, Bowser is going to be defeated. We all know this is going to happen. So you get to enjoy the levels, you get to enjoy the platforming and all that stuff. That's fine. Spider-Man, though, I'm scared sometimes of not playing a game like that right away because I don't want the story to be spoiled. That's my biggest concern. It's always been my biggest concern with story-based games on Twitch because that's what's going to happen. You have dicks that come into the chat just to spoil the story. It sucks when they do that, but you know what's going to happen. So I like to play those games right away, but at the same time, I like to enjoy people being in chat, and I know this less likely for people to be in chat if I play that type of game right away. Because you have the people that want to see the game, that are curious if they want to get it or not, or they don't have that system, so they want to check it out. Me with Starfield, people with Spider-Man, people with, Nintendo.
Well, hi there. Going up or going down?
Both. So it does scare me because I'm gonna be really pissed if someone spoils something in Spider-Man. Like there's some stuff that I'm sure isn't really spoilery that I can predict, but it's just not the same. How do I get that? Oh, I will finish it, Montez. I'll finish the story, then I'll actually start learning the mechanics of the game on a bigger scale, and then I'll try to compete online. Now that I have hard drive space, this should be a lot easier.
Until next time.
I was like, I can actually just use you. I'm gonna regret not going to TwitchCon. I could have, but I wanted to recoup some of the money that I lost because of moving. And to be fair, I had enough money. I could have made it happen. It just could have made things potentially a little stressful. I'll regret it more once I go to work. Because it'll just remind me how much I don't want to be at work. If that makes sense. What is this? I'm a cake? What the heck?
Great shape.
Cake Mario? That's dangerous. I had to think for a second.
Nice job. You did great back there.
Thanks.
It was kind of fun.
I feel like we're in a weird place right now with MLB. The reason I say that is because I feel like sets they become really love-hate. I don't think sets are bad, but I think sets have not worked the way in terms of engagement that they thought that it would. But they needed to do something new. And I also think, just being honest, the best cards being chase pack cards, which clearly have very low odds of even getting a chase pack, let alone getting the card. And those are the best cards in the game, is a turn off to people too. And having the same cards multiple seasons. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Tommy Edman. I love Goldie. Like, how many Goldies and Arenados? Like, people want new cards, and you're giving them the same cards multiple times. I think that turns off people too. Just my opinion. I think this is pretty cool. That's my honest opinion of the game. One of the things that made it super appealing to me, coming from Mutt, is that it felt like I didn't have to spend money. Ultimately, what Nikolai is saying, I didn't have to spend money to be competitive. And I feel like with some of the changes they made this year, it's not making that a possibility, which is one of the reasons why I haven't played online, even though I said that I would. It's one of the reasons why I haven't got into it much, because of that reason. And we can be honest, I'm happy with McGuire and Sosa being in the game, but I don't have Pujols either. That, minor step back there. But I get it. I just feel like the vibe with MLB is a little bit different this year. I'm enjoying my franchise. I'm happy playing franchise. But from a DD perspective, I'm not as encouraged to play it as I've been in the past. Oh. This is kind of dope. It is, but it's who and when too, because like we got a bunch of goldies, So that was one of the things I looked at. Like, we're gonna have multiple sets. I'm a Cardinal fan. How many Cardinals is it realistic for me to have if I want to do a theme team? I thought theme team would be a pretty cool idea. But I'm gonna end up having the same players, and then there are different cards of them. It's made for an interesting dynamic. Pretty sure I can go on that pipe if I had pushed the thing the other way. Yeah. Guess that's okay. That's probably your last coin there. That's pretty easy. Are we close to the end of the world? Because I gotta get ready for work here pretty soon. That was the scariest thing yet. I really don't like heights. Oh, that reminds me. I heard there's a badge that helps you survive a fall. It's sold on this mountain somewhere. If you do get a new badge, press hard to see what you've got. From there, you can swap badges. In terms of badges, we've got a chunk. Clearly, it's going to be sold here. It's absolutely amazing. You took out that flying ship like it was nothing at all. If you got all the way here, I bet you can take care of the mass meanie, no problem. The summit is just ahead. I'll be cheering for you. And we'll all yodel together at the summit once it's safe for us to go up there. Alright, so we got that. We got this. This would be super helpful for my just one time per fall. I'm not going to use it, but that would be super helpful for like my niece and nephew. Especially my niece. Mario Kart, thank you for having stuff to keep them on the kids on the track. Otherwise, we'd be waiting forever for her to finish a level. But she loves them. She loves some Mario Kart though. I would like for it to be on the East Coast. I'm down to go out there. Not work as intended. Nikolai, I feel like you working as intended. That was such a tough stream to have to sit through. I'm like, man, they were really just going to put Ramon out there to suffer for all of this. Like, just going to make him a meme in Winnipeg in January. No one's trying to go anywhere cold. One of the reasons why you can get away with putting it in Vegas. So that's a yes. Nah. New York? They'd have to change the year they're trying to have it. Or they have two separate TwitchCons. One in the fall, winter, one in the summer, spring. Oh, man. I wonder how far east it'll venture, though, because you know headquarters are in San Francisco. The first one was in San Fran. Then you have San Diego, it's just a quick flight. Long Beach, quick flight. Vegas, not a long flight either. So he was just making money off me. in all these standees. One thing I would like to see maybe in the future, Goon, if we're going to have multiple versions of a card, being able to choose a player and then choose which version. So we got what, WBC Goldie, we got 2 really good Goldies. So if I pick Goldie, being able to choose which one I want to use. Maybe one is a wild card, maybe, or I would say, like, it doesn't have to be a wild card. The wild card, but then how would you do the wild card? Maybe not have a wild card and just do that instead. Releasing, because I might hit better with a lesser version of Carp, for example. Or I have an Edmonds and I prefer this Edmonds better because he feels better as opposed to hitting better and being able to do that. Then just say, I just want to roll with this Jim or this Gibson. Maybe, you know, having the various captains, it makes me think of which captain I want to use. Because, like, me personally, I don't want to use the 99 Maguire. I still would want to use the Maguire that has the power boost because that helps everybody on my team if I have a Cardinal theme team. Because I like the idea of captains. I just wish that you could pick the boost. I mean, everyone would pick power for hitting, but I like the idea of captains. I just wish it was implemented differently. You guys know I'm just going to stop at 69, right? I'm sure someone was like, why does he keep buying them? Is he going to just spend all his coins? No. That was the intent. Once I saw how many coins I had, I'm like, yeah, let's stop there. That Fire Luigi one looks pretty dope. Fire Toadette. Yeah, the real reason is going to be that I don't want to be at... The real reason that I don't want to go to work is going to be because I know I'm supposed to be at TwitchCon. I had planned on being at TwitchCon for a while. Guma Luigi. Alright, so we need to unlock this. We can. But I want to play all the levels too. Countdown. Cruising with linking lifts. And then the birds are just chilling up there, like makes me think there's something over here. There's something that'll pop up. Maybe not, because there's birds over here. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna save.